All right. First things first. Raise your hand if you love the Invincible series. Why the fuck is you not? If you love the Invincible series, man, I got some bad news for you. Some characters here that I want your opinion on. These may be some tough matches for Invincible. Let's check it out.
I need a weapon.
Weapon? This is all I've got.
It's enough.
She's the one who should be afraid.
The Warriors are NBA champions again.
I don't have a weird tab open like I typically do, so just give me a second. Cheeks. Yeah. Okay, anyways, let's get to it. Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is a pretty interesting character. I see scaling for the Mortal Kombat verse, and it's typically like day and night. Some people would say Shao Kahn is just a regular powerful emperor. Some people would say Shao Kahn is probably like multiversal level, universal level. I'm not really buying that, but Shao Kahn has to absorb like a lot of souls throughout his entire time of living. Shao Kahn also, every time he absorbs souls, he gets stronger. He's able to beat fucking Raiden, who was the god of thunder inside Mortal Kombat. He's able to do a couple of things. I think he's also stronger than Sindel as well. Sindel's the same character who fucking eliminated like the entire cast of Mortal Kombat. Matter of fact, let's talk about Mortal Kombat 1. Sindel was so strong, I think she even beat Fire God Liu Kang. Which Fire God Liu Kang, by the way, is the biggest fraud in gaming right now. And Shao Kahn's supposed to be even stronger than that. However, though, has Shao Kahn fought a Viltrumite? that's my question. I don't think he's fought a Viltrumite. Realistically speaking, I don't think Shao Kahn is fast enough or even physically strong enough to be able to contain Mark. I think he definitely has the combat experience and everything else in a million, but I just think as far as like an actualistic matchup, I'm pretty sure that Mark will probably win. You know what? I'll say that he will most likely lose. I wouldn't say RIP. Shao Kahn could win. Someone in the competition could probably tell me a power scaling feat that Shao Kahn did, but from my recollection, he would most likely lose. Master Chief is just pretty much like gaming's Captain America when we're coming down to talking about like skill and shit like that. He really doesn't deserve to be in a matchup like against Invincible. But I mean, he's cool though. He's cool. But coolness won't get you to this fight though. I think we can all agree that Invincible beats Master Chief, and it's just like a diehard, Halo fan. You're like, oh, bro, but one time when nah, ain't nothing you can say. I just realized something. This says Homelander gets slammed. Sorry. This is actually I used this from another one in Vince. Sorry. I just realized that said Homelander gets slammed. I was using this for another video that I did. Same concept, but instead of Invincible, it was Homelander, different characters. My bad. Anyways, not Invincible. It's RIP for Master Chief. MCU Thor. Here's the thing, right? I think it all depends on how you interpret MCU Thor. MCU Thor did take the full force of a dying star and survive, barely. But at the same time, though, you've seen MCU Thor fight against weaker beings and struggle. Like, because here's the thing about power scaling, right? Is that power scaling as well as the MCU. MCU has a lot of inconsistent feats, right? I actually talked about this in a video where I did Invincible versus like MCU characters. I don't exactly remember where I put Thor. I think I put him like 50-50. And I'm going to stand on that. I'm going to stand on the fact that it's 50-50. It just depends on how you interpret Thor. If you want to say he took the full force of a dying star and, you know, he was able to go through all 6 Infinity Stones with Stormbreaker, then yeah, in that case, yeah. But I've seen Thor struggle against weaker beings that he shouldn't be struggling with. You know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't Infinity War Thor, but I mean, mean, like, he was, Ultron was kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm going to say 50-50. This depends on how you interpret MCU Thor. Kratos. Yeah, remember I said earlier, if you're Invincible fan, you're not going to be having a good time in this video. Yeah, this is what a good time, this is where the bad times begin to start right here. If Invincible decided that he wanted to be the light-hearted hero that he thinks he is, and decides, you know what, Kratos is a murderer, he deserves to be thrown in prison, and he flies up the Kratos with that bullshit. Remember when Conquest like smacked Oliver against the ground? It's gonna be Kratos, and specifically, I'm talking about like the original God of War. I'm not talking about young Kratos, not the older Kratos. No, we're talking about Crash Out Kratos. So imagine when Conquest smacked Oliver against the ground, but imagine that being Kratos with the fucking Nemean gauntlets. Yeah, that's not gonna be too fun. It's not gonna be too fun. Some people be like, oh, Invincible can just throw him to the sun. Yeah, this is not the first time Kratos has fought flying people. Also, this version of Kratos can fly. He has the wings of Icarus. He can fly too. This Kratos has the boots of Hermes, the wings of Icarus, the Nemean. Yeah, that's nothing that Invincible can do against Kratos. Yeah, Invincible can slam bad here. Ichigo. Ichigo, also known as the Mutt of anime, because Ichigo happens to be a little bit of everything. What's that? You're a fucking Soul Reaper? So am I. What's that? You're a Hollow. Good thing I'm a Hollow too. What's that? You're a Quincy. I got a little bit of anime as well. What's that? Yeah, you get the point. At this point, I'm pretty sure that Ichigo is probably part Viltrumite. Like, and I'm pretty sure if you never mind. You get the point. Anyways, but yeah, Ichigo's yeah, he's following stronger characters. Ichigo's also faster than Invincible. He's not physically as strong as Invincible, but yeah, there's no way. Ichigo was capable of going a couple rounds with Uwabach, however the fuck you want to pronounce his name. He also completely overpowered Aizen as well, and that was like, I want to say a much weaker Ichigo. There's an argument about is Final Mugetsu Ichigo stronger than his true Bankai. I don't think so, because there was a statement that Uwabach said that I haven't seen his power since the Final Mugetsu. But yeah, no, Ichigo is just faster. He's fought the stronger enemies. Maybe you can make an argument that Invincible can break his Zanpakuto, because characters on Zanpakuto is not immune to getting broken. But I highly doubt Invincible even get the chance to break Ichigo's Zanpakuto. I think Mark is slammed. It's just it is what it is. The Powerpuff Girls. You know, low-key, I feel like if they were to exist in the same universe, Invincible would probably be trying to throw these bitches in jail. Because aren't these the same Powerpuff Girls that, like, what was that the villain name? Like the monkey. They used to beat him so bad his brains was like spilled out on the floor. God damn. Ironically enough, I don't think Mark can beat the Powerpuff Girls. I think that they may be faster than Mark. They may be faster and also physically stronger too. Plus, they are more brutal than Mark. I'll put it like this. I think the Powerpuff Girls will probably be 50-50. Steven Universe. I think this is actually a matchup that people talked about they actually wanted. I unfortunately was not able to finish Steven Universe. I actually started watching Steven Universe whenever the first episode aired. I believe the first episode aired, if I have to remember the exact date, I think it was either August, September, or October of 2013. Am I right? Can we fact check that? It came out May of 2013. I thought it came out like an August or September. Okay, I still remember the year. It was 2013. I still remember that. Man, that's crazy. Are we sure? I guess so. Oh well. I do remember that because I was in the 7th grade whenever it first came out. But also around that time, I like lost cable, so I wasn't able to like watch Steven Universe. So I'm actually not completely for sure how strong like the most recent version of Steven is. Honestly, don't think that Steven has anything like strong enough to be able to like actually kill Mark. I'm gonna give Steven a benefit of the doubt and assume that it will at least be a good fight, because I mean his mother is, you know, Ruby, I believe. I forgot her fucking name. But yeah, I'm going to say I would say Steven will most likely lose. Sonic. I want to say this just depends on what Sonic you're using, but wait, quick question for the comments. What is the weakest like mainstream version of Sonic? I can't, maybe like one of his TV shows, but if we're talking about like Sonic in the comics, which is Archie Sonic, or Sonic in the games, which is probably the two most common versions of Sonic, yeah, he gets slammed. Yeah. You want to talk about who's faster? Yeah, I think a better conversation would be who's faster between the Flash and Sonic. There's nothing Invincible can do against Sonic. You won't be able to catch him. Spoiler alert, but in the video with Homelander, I had Homelander go against Kirby, and I talked about how Kirby went against fourth dimensional beings. So does Sonic. Like, so does, and we're just talking about base Sonic, not Super Sonic, not Hypersonic, none of the other shit. Yeah, Invincible would stand absolutely no chance. Like, it wouldn't even be close. As a matter of fact, I would actually argue that Sonic is actually more powerful than Kratos. So yeah, he gets slammed. The 2017 Golden State Warriors. Here's the deal. Right, here's the deal. Is that I get it that Invincible is a Viltrumite and he's strong and fast and whatnot, but I don't think you guys was there to watch the 2017 Warriors in real time. Like, these dudes they tied for the best record in the playoffs with the 2001 Lakers. They only lost one game in the playoffs. And then the person that it took them to lose to was LeBron James in 2017, bro, and Kyrie Irving and the Cavs. I just don't know if Invincible can beat the 2017 Warriors or not. This is the greatest team ever assembled in the NBA. Do you understand? Like, people don't put into perspective about how crazy it is that they only lost one game in the playoffs. When you look at the last 7 to 8 years in the NBA, it's been a new champion ever since, and they have had multiple losses. Can you imagine if someone had that in this year playoffs? It'll be astounding scene. I don't really know if Invincible can beat the 2017 Warriors. If Invincible, let's just say he wants to target Steph. Okay, what about Kevin Durant? He can pull up from three. He's a mid-range guard. You know, he can drive. All right, let's just say Invincible can deal with both of them. What about Klay Thompson? This is still a prime Klay we're talking about. Draymond Green won Defensive Player of the Year this year, by the way. So it's too much. It's too much. I think that the 2017 Warriors would most likely win. It's a possibility that, you know, with Viltrumite DNA, he'd be fast enough to guard all five of them one time, but it's just too much. It's just too much. Last but not least is Spawn. I did this on purpose because, like, y'all be telling me in my videos that Viltrumite Mark beat Spawn, and I'm like, that's cool, that's cute, you know what I'm saying? You know, get your kiki ha-has, but in all actuality, Mark is not beating Spawn. Do you see his picture of Spawn? You know Spawn killed Satan and God? Viltrumite Mark's not doing that. I get it that the same guy who made Spawn made Invincible, so it's canon because he says so, but the issue is that I don't give a fuck. That Invincible's not beating Spawn, bro. I would love to give you this 10-page essay about why, but A, I feel like it's not needed, and then B, let's go watch Spawn versus Ghost Rider, or matter of fact, go watch my reaction to Spawn versus Ghost Rider from Death Battle. They break down Spawn's character and all of his feats, and you watch that video, you tell me that Invincible can beat fucking Spawn. And Invincible gets slammed. Who's stronger between Spawn, Kratos, Ichigo, and Sonic? It's probably go Sonic first, then Spawn, then Kratos, then Ichigo. Alright, yep. Pretty much, that's how I see it going down. Let me know in the comment section down below. Which characters do you think Invincible can and can't beat? And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't help me, but it helps you too. YCC content similar to this one. You guys did subscribe me, I appreciate it a lot. If you guys didn't, I guess we'll part ways. Either way, God almighty, keep it easy, and I'm gone. Peace.
That's all it is, man. Leap of faith.